Alright, welcome to a guide. Usually I play Diablo 2, but I also play Tibia, and I thought I'd make a guide for Tibia. This is a guide for hunting Peninsula tomb -2 as early as possible as a mage or a knight, but it's really mostly a mage place because you're using great fireball runes to hunt here. So let's just hop in. I'm just going to clear the room that I'm in, and then I'll start explaining what's going on. Okay, so I'm already at the spawn. I'm just gonna kill them like that. Alright, so first of all, let's go over like the skills you kind of need. I would recommend having like 50 magic level before you go down here. That way you're almost certainly gonna one-shot the stalkers with great fireball runes, so it's just more effective to have that 120 minimum damage. And on top of that, it's much more safe because you can throw if you happen to like miss one of them and you're about to get trapped, you can throw the rune and they will die, you know, and then you can get out of there, you know. So first of all, the location of this spawn. Here is the teleporter that you go past the scarab coin thing here, and you end up here. The first room here is like 5 stalkers and 5 ghosts, something like that. So just use great fireball rune here immediately. They're kind of right on top of you when you come in. So just blast them. Then you go down here. There's 3 mummies. Kill them. They're gonna be annoying, so just kill them. And then here where the mark is, there's 2 vampires. There might be 3, but I think you're only gonna get 3 if like you run all the way in. If you're running past, there's 2 of them. So you can choose if you want to kill them. I mean, why not? Kinda. The whole point of this spawn is to kill as many vampires as possible because it's really good exp for killing them. You can kill them in like 5 shots in the beginning, and right now I'm killing them in 3 shots now that I'm level 95 or whatever I am. The X per hour here starts at like 240, and you can go about 400, 450, something like that if you're a higher level. So it's a very good spawn to hunt with the mage, but don't expect to make any profit. It's just terrible profit here. You're not gonna make any profit, but you're gonna make shit tons of levels really quickly. So you kill the vampires here, or Utani Granhur if you're feeling like a daredevil and just run past all this crap. I should mention that before you get to this place also, this is where you go down. This is kind of where the hole is at the surface, and you just go down, 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 down a couple of stairs, and then you come to this area. It looks like that, and it's just all the way up here, down. So I recommend going invisible if you're a mage. Just run past all these crap monsters here. They can't see you, and then you go down, and then you kill the stalkers, you kill the mummies, you kill the vampires. Then it's just straight down until you cannot turn anywhere else but right, and then it's the first room down the stairs right here where I started this recording. So you're gonna kill the stalkers and ghosts with a great fireball rune as soon as you go down. And then once you kill them here, I should also mention what you should bring to this place. Bring a magic light wand because you don't want to waste too much mana here, and bring life rings. Now I have consumed my life rings because I started this hunt a while ago, so it is what it is. But bring life rings. Don't bring vials. You don't really need vials. You only need life ring when you start to get the hang of this place. But in the beginning, bring like 2 backpacks of vials until you get used to this place. Just because in this area I don't recommend using runes to heal yourself, because you won't get rid of paralyze by doing that, and you get in some really tricky situations somewhere. You kind of need to have a good bit of mana to have Exura Vita or Exura Grant to get out of the paralyze and get out of their range, because all the monsters here, they are melee except for the Bone Beast and the Necromancer. They're shooting like 70, 80-ish damage every now and then with their ranged attack. So keep that in mind. And then when we look at the spawn, you can see I haven't even explored the entire cave because it's pointless to do that. But I will explain how to set up. So in case you're like coming here for the first time, you need to bring a dwarven ring as well. And also the stealth ring is important to have. Don't rely only on using the invisibility spell, bring stealth ring. It's really, really important that you have a stealth ring. So that's kind of what you need here. And then as many great fireball as you can, and like, let's say you bring 8 fireball runes, then you bring 2 heavy magic missile runes. That's kind of the ratio that you're going for in order to supply properly to last the entire hunt and not run out of runes before, you know. Yeah. And then also one more thing with mage. For the heals that you like when you're not in a tricky spot and you want to like just top up your HP, don't use the blue ones, use the gray ones, the Adura Gran for your like sustain heals when you're not fighting, so that you're saving that mana. That way you can get away with using only life rings, okay? And these are freaking expensive, and they're gonna overheal you anyway, so you can use this, gonna heal you basically full from about yellow HP to full. So this is a perfect rune to have for mage, like in general. Just gonna put that out there. Anyway, so we get down, we kill these ghosts, and we're safe here now. There's a few things that you need to know before you start hunting, okay? So up in this room here, there is a djinn. This guy gonna make you drunk. You need the dwarven ring for that. So you put on the dwarven ring, and then first you kill the stalkers here. Make sure you don't get trapped. This is really important. So the stalker here, and there's 2 stalkers here. You can gather them, use a fireball rune here, and then you go up and like kill the djinn in that room here with the mark on it. I'm sorry, not killing it. That's the wrong word. You lure it out all the way down here where there's an X, and then you lure it further south. There's nothing here in that corridor going south. Hang on. Yep, there's nothing here. And then when you reach about here, you go Botanigram Hur, and you just run away. And you leave it there, and you never pass this point here. That way you will never fuck with the djinn anymore. He will really mess up your day. Like this, so bad to fight against. They are immune to fire, and they're just gonna make you drunk and shoot tons of ranged attack on you. Alright. But anyway, in this room there's 4 vampires. Demoskeleton is in this room here, 2 of them. And then there's Demoskeleton, I think there might be like 1 or 2 in this room. But the idea is, if you look at the map, you can see all my marks. The green marks are where you're gonna kill stuff. And let me just do this so that it's, there we go. So the green marks are the rooms where you kill. The X's are where you do not go ever, because past this X mark is where you lure, like in this room here, you lure the Demoskeleton. First you kill the stuff, you know, don't be crazy, just kill the stuff, go back and get the Demoskeletons, go up here, there's some Crypt Chamblers and some Bone Beasts in this room, kill the Bone Beast. You can choose if you want to kill the Crypt Chamblers or leave them. If you're low level, I recommend don't kill them, just go invis with, and then kill the Bone Beasts, take off the ring, have them run into the room, invis, go back, grab the Demoskeletons, go back with the Demoskeletons here, go invis and go out. So then you lure the Demoskeletons up from this room away. Oops. You lure them away from here. From this room you can pull them to this corner here. I'm gonna put the mark here. There you go. So don't pass the mark with the X, but you lure the Demoskeleton to the corner. You bring a Demoskeleton from here, same thing. You lure them here. Using the stealth ring on and off, you pull them to this spot, and you put the ring on, and then you just run away. They can't see you. Alright, so in the top room there's like 5 vampires and 2 necromancers. So that's a good, so yeah, just start hunting them. So when you pull them out, you know, you get rid of the Demoskeleton first. Over here in this room, same thing. This is a very dangerous room. It has Demoskeletons as well. It's the same idea. You get rid of the other stuff, and then you take care of the Demoskeletons when it's safe. So you can pull those Demoskeletons from there and from up here, and then you pull them. Either you pull them down here. There's just a beholder and some ghosts and a stalkers along this corridor here. Nothing really dangerous. 2 mummy here in the middle here, kind of where the crossroads is. But you can choose to pull them into this room. Here is 1 necromancer and shit ton of Demoskeleton. So you can go invis, kill the necromancer, lure the other Demoskeletons into this room, and just be ready to go in this, like when you, in case you're about to get surrounded. So you pull them out. There's demon skeletons here as well. In the same story, you pull them this direction, but you can choose to pull them wherever you want, as long as they're out of sight from the rooms that are marked on the map. All right, so let's just do one lap, and then I'm gonna have to go team hunt. We're just gonna show. So magic light wand, so we don't have to bring a bunch of extra manas. Here's where those 2 stalkers I was talking about in the beginning. There's 2 stalkers right here. So what I do is I just pull them together. Goodbye. And then we go to the next room. And then when you approach the room, use this wall here. So that, look at it. We can just dance with the vampire now that we're high level. But when you're low level, you might not be able to do that. So you can go up, can go down like that. Pull them out. Here is 2. I'm just going to kill them like that. And we just can tank a hit or 2, and then we can get all of them together. Now they have low HP, so for me I can just use this to save some money, because you're losing so much money hunting here, unless you get extremely lucky and loot Boots of Haste or something like that. So there's like 1 or 2 left here, I think. No, we got them all. Okay, next room, I'm just gonna use Great Haste because someone is waiting for me, but you don't need to do this. And then we go in here, same thing here, like a couple of vampires and 2 stalkers, but we're just gonna, like that, kill them, keep your distance. 2 stalkers here, and there's another one just right. Yep, there's another one. So we bring those 2 together with these ones up here. La 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 la. Dead. And then we go to this big room here with lots of vamps and 2 necromancers. So we're shooting right there. The necromancer have more HP than the vamps. We're shooting right there again. So we're gonna do that. And now we're gonna get as many damage as possible on as many monsters as possible. You really want to try to play a bit efficient here, and in the beginning you don't move as fast as I do right now, so it's not gonna be as easy to do efficient hunting here, but you're gonna get a lot of experience either way. And I missed the stalker here, it seems, so shame on me. So even if you're used to this place, you can make mistakes, and if you get surrounded, it's very hard to survive. They're gonna clap you, these vampires and that. But if you keep your distance and play safe, there won't be really any issues. It's like, don't run into the rooms. Just pull exactly like I did, and you're gonna be fine. All right, let's just use haste again, and we're gonna go to the next room now. Right, they might have respawned down here because I was standing here. They usually don't, but there we go. We don't need to kill that ghost. It's just a waste of runes. We'll take him on the next run. Then we go up here, and then in this room we go from this wall, approach in the middle, kill that group here. They always spawn here, and then we got vamps here. Pull them out. Here we go. We get all of them in the same room. Oh, can't throw there. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna just do that. I like to loot Bone Beast, and you saw right there I cast Exura. That's because I was paralyzed. So you can do that after the fight if you want to get for faster exp, and if you're starting to notice that you regen a little bit more mana than you're using, but it's not necessary really. Here we go again, in approaching here, like you saw maybe from the wall, and then straight up the middle. That way you can reach all these monsters, and then you get this nice angle on the attack right there, so you can blast them all together. But it's just a quick peek in the room and then out, and then you're gonna get that nice setup for a really nice rune, great fireball rune, you know. I like to loot the ghost because they can sometimes loot stealth ring. So then we go here again, same here. We're dipping here, we're not going all the way in, we're just taking care of these vampires right at the entrance. And there we go. Now I'm paralyzed, I'm gonna just Exura, and then we go in. Here's 3 necromancers, okay, and the bone beast. But we throw it right there at the pillar, hitting all the monsters. And then we dance a little bit so that we get them together. Oh, almost. There we go, 1 HP, motherfucker. Oh, he's gonna have to fuck with me, these cunts, like... You're gonna notice. You're gonna waste runes here, but it's not about the waste, it's about the exp. This is why we're here. We're here for exp, we're not here for money. There's no money here, there's only exp. Okay, here we go, pull those mummies. And we're pulling bone beasts and stalkers. And look how I'm positioning the mouse so that I just blast the stalkers and the bone beast at the same time. And then we come back for the mummy and the... Right there, look at that. So beautiful, so safe. So this is what you can expect when you have been here for a while, to have this kind of a pace, you know, when you're killing this stuff. And the same story here, we're trying to hit all those crap monsters while we're throwing, you know, our great fireball rune. And then we kill the ghost, and that's it. Now we just, that's it, that's the spawn. And then we go back, do another lap, if we can do another lap. Let's do another lap. It's so quick now when I'm this level. And let's just look at the exp. Oh, it's actually not reset, like it's a bit slow, I guess we can check that. So X per hour 400,000k according to the custom meter, but you can see the time and you can see how long I've been here and the total X that I gained, and you can make a really accurate calculation yourself. And like you saw here, now it didn't really work out like I showed in the beginning, so we're just not gonna take the risk, you know, we're just gonna kill the vampire and kill the stalker here that I missed. That's fine, you know, it's just a HMM rune, it's no big deal. Hug the wall, get in there, throw the AoE, dance a little bit. If you're fast like me, you know, a little bit higher level, you can dance like that, but if you're not the high level, you can't dance like that. But yeah, so we'll go next room again, just to show. Hug this wall, go middle, always kind of go middle, and then we just throw the rune, just peek into the room, throw the rune, get out, like in the same kind of motion you do that. That way you hit all the monsters and don't take too much damage. You saw the vampire got a chance to hit me only once there, so once you get used to it, you can play like this a little faster, you know. We'll pull the stalkers together like I mentioned before, kill them all like that. And now we got to the big room here with the necromancers. Ooh, and we got the special spawn, the Tomb Raider. He shoots exordigram vis lux, so don't stand in front of him. He uses a beam and also the fireball rune, but you can see he has a lot, very low HP. So in case of you seeing one of those in the room, take it a bit easy, because he can spam sometimes, you know. If you're unlucky, he's gonna spam, you know. And here we're gonna just use the gray rune, because the Adura Gran is very cheap to make, so I use that as much as possible and try to sustain the mana as much as possible for the easy kind of encounters that you're gonna run into here. The Tomb Raider drops great fireball runes and HMM runes, so this is pretty nice. When they spawn, you get a little extra runes, you know, to hunt more or whatever, you know. So go back for that necromancer, and I like to just do this for it could deal a little bit more damage, but you don't have to use that spell. It's only if you have extra mana left over. Alright, so let's just go haste now. I usually don't haste, but I'm doing it only for the video's sake. You're not going to be able to use haste like I'm doing right now. You're going to run out of mana, and it's not worth bringing a bunch of mana vials because they weigh so much. You want to bring as much runes as possible to hunt for a longer period of time, because when you exit this spawn, you cannot bring a loot bag with you because it's a teleport to exit. Alright, so once again, blast the group here, go down a little bit. Here we got them, you know, we're gonna dance with this vampire like that, and then we just go out and they all clump up like that and they just die together perfectly. Oh, they survive with like 1 HP. There we go. So it's at my level, I can outrun them even if I'm paralyzed, and you are basically able to do that when you start here. And you look at that, Adura Gran rune, heal me from yellow to full for like, it cost only 60 mana to make, a really cheap rune to heal with. Okay, we dip in the room, throw the rune, get out a bit, throw the rune again, get to the corner, throw the rune, necromancer with low life, 1 HMM dead. So that's how we go along this room. Let's have a look. What the fucking, where did they go? I don't know, they barely drop any stuff. You don't even need to loot here, to be honest. I mean, in like 25 levels, I've looted maybe like 40k of items. It's like really nothing. The vampire shield is extremely rare, and you see how I've looted a boost of haste today, and that's the first one in the entire time I've been leveling here, about 20-30 levels, something like that. I don't really keep count, but see, we are paralyzed. I'm just gonna Exura so that we don't have any issues here. Throw the rune. It's the same kind of story, just peek in the room, throw it out. They are standing together and you have these choke points to dance with them, and you can group them up nicely like that, easy. And now we can heal. Now when you start here at level 60, you're gonna have like 400 HP, so you're not gonna be able to play as fast as I am doing right now, but you can play pretty fast. anyway, like, it's gonna be a really good experience if you play a little bit safer too. Alright, same story here in the room. We're gonna just blast that shit together with the bone beast, bring him out with the mummy, like that, and like that. Kill the bone beast. And then we have 2 vampires left in this room. We're gonna loot these. We want to kill them because they drop magic light wand, and we use magic light wand in this area, so that's why we kill the mummies right there. And then we throw it on the basin. That means you're gonna hit the vampires every time. And we try to just catch the small monsters with this rune, but the ghost is not worth a great fireball rune in my opinion, so we're just gonna use HMM on those 2 vampires with low life. And we can just do that. Okay, goodbye ghost. Alright, so that's the spawn. That's all you're gonna hunt when you're hunting here, unless you are extremely high level, but for the most part this is what you do. And we gained 69,000 experience in 10 minutes. So you can do the calculations on the X per hour based off of those numbers, and I wish you happy hunting. This is a Tibia version, I think it's 7.1, this server, so it's old school hunting with runes, you know, and all that nice stuff. No rods, no bullshit. This is on Faloria server. It's probably the best open Tibia server I ever played. So let's just go out of here. I'm gonna show you the exit route. Here is stalkers all around me now, but if you haste, you're gone. And in this haste and invis, and you're just gone. So we'll go run straight. See you later, guys. See you later. See you later. Don't need to worry about those. Just run past them with haste. Oh, little guy, goodbye, goodbye. You can hug the right side of the wall if you want to avoid that vampire right there. And 3 mummies here. Yep, see, they paralyze. That's why we want to kill them, because they're gonna spam paralyze. When you're entering the spawn, it's a good idea to just kill them and get rid of that issue altogether. And there we go. That's it. That's the spawn. Here is the entrance to the spawn. Fuck ton of stalker here and 2 ghosts. So it's just like that for me, but for you it's gonna be probably 2 runes when you start. And when we enter this portal, we're just back here at the surface. And here is the entrance to the cave. Well, it's here anyway, where I put the rope. I didn't bring the shovel. I think I threw the shovel in the cave because I had to loot something. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope it helps you, because I was struggling to find this area with the proper explanation, and this is the proper explanation how to hunt here efficiently and fast leveling, you know. Have a good day. Goodbye.